All right, this is what we got going on today. An old root system. All this I'm going to put seal tight on that line wire. I will be keeping this door. That's pretty sweet, right? The Diversitech buck. But this is what we got going on. Gonna clean all these leaves up, make it look nice and pretty. All right, the unit's out, and my large human ass had to crawl through there to pull line set. So, beautifying the area commence. All right, so we got her clean. I even took some Simple Green in a scrub brush and scrubbed the algae off the pad. We got a nice blank canvas to work with. Blank canvas, I can't speak apparently. All right, we'll cut you back on. All right, so we got that copper bent the way we need to do. Three-quarter line is swaged. I'm gonna put a coupling on the 3/8 line, and then we're gonna do some more copper bending and fit it into right. I know I said coupling, but it wound up I had to put a filter dryer on there. All right, we're brazed in, or not brazed in, sorry, we're all piped in. Filter dryer back there, bent up and in. All right, here she is, she's all finished. New disconnect, new whip, put some seal tight on the exposed wire, clean this pad nice and off. Clean this pad off nice and neatly. You can see when I videoed earlier that it had moss and algae all over it. Put some Simple Green and a scrub brush on it, and I know the whip looks a little wonky, and there's a reason for that. I had to stop that last clamp where it is because the subframe that the siding sat on ends because there's an old access panel right there. I made a big boo-boo today. Some call it a rite of passage. I call it just neglect and lack of communication between myself and my lead. I should have asked more questions. We were doing a simple Hisense unit. It was just a heat pump. There wasn't a furnace on the trailer home that we were doing, so he was flying through it, getting done way before me. And you know, I tried to speed up and I got a little bit spastic and failed to ask if the 24 volt was still hooked up because he wanted to run the electric heat before I finished wiring. And instead of asking if everything was still hooked up, I needed to cut the thermostat wire so I could fix it. And I did it without shutting it off or taking power away from it, and I fried the indoor board. That's completely my fault. There's, you know, I should have asked more questions. Hisense has a soldered-in fuse, so there's no way to change it. It's a teachable learning moment for me, and it's a mistake that I won't make again. I mean, I feel like this week has been a week of learning and growing, but that's all you can do. I mean, I feel bad because I cost my company money and time. I cost my lead time because he had to go and get the part, and you know, we're not going to get home at a decent time, and we are, you know, a little bit ways away from home, but hey, that's HVAC. But man, I feel pretty terrible, and this is a mistake that I can't make again, and I won't. So that's pretty much to sum up how today went, and we'll catch you on the next one.